Hi again, folks. Well, I figure it's time for another little bit of a check-in about Team Canada ETC plans. So that's what we're going to do today, talk about what we've been doing recently and going to go ahead into the future. So last time we talked, I had done the announcement of the teammates and team members, so all those guys have fully committed and we're well on our way. However, there was obviously a little bit of a holding pattern because we knew that changes would come down the road for what rules would be applied for armies and the game in general. But that's recently happened. But in the meantime, in early December, there was a tournament that was held locally that I ran in conjunction with another fella, and at least 2/3 of our guys were able to come together and attend that. So we had a little bit of opportunity to get some practice together as a squad virtually. Nothing much to read into that, to be honest, though, because again, what came shortly after that, midway through December, is that the 9-8 team dropped their version of the 2.0 beta. So since then, though, that is where the frenzy of activity has happened. So of course we've all been sponges and trying to soak that in and understand the nuances and the changes, downloading various Army book references and getting those onto the field. I myself have had 5 games in that span with 4 different armies because I want to get a little bit of a breadth and be able to share that with the guys. So going forward, that's really what we intended to do. We sort of pigeonholed, maybe that's not the right word, but we've sort of narrowed down for each of our 8 players which army we think, based upon past information and past play styles, what they should be turning their focus to, because that might be where they end up when it comes time to play in August. So those guys have been focusing predominantly on that army that we've sort of, in a way, given heavier weight to. My job as the coach, though, is to try to share experiences of all the different things so that we can be prepared for what might turn up on the opposite side of the table when we're playing. So I've had chances with dwarfs and high elves and vermin swarm and empire so far, but I have undying dynasties, ogres, sylvan elves, probably something else that I'm not thinking of right now. But I'm looking over here because that's where my figure cabinet is. So lots of different stuff available to try out. And over the next month or two, that's exactly the idea, is we're going to get together collectively on a couple of occasions or remotely and share our thoughts about what is strong, what is weak, what looks favorable and what doesn't. And things to watch out for that surprised us or may surprise somebody else that they haven't had any exposure to yet. So that's where we're at. As far as events going ahead, there is one nearby that goes on right at the very end of January. I'm going to miss out on that because I'm going to be going to Las Vegas for the LVO during that very same weekend. But some of our other guys are going to go and attend, and hopefully they'll get some actual cutting-edge tournament experience with the 2.0 at that point and be able to share that back with us. So that's what we're hoping for. The other thing on the horizon is that looking ahead long-term, we are doing a bit of fundraising for the ETC because it's a costly trip for us to go across the Atlantic, of course, and make an appearance there. So we have put in an order for some dice to be made specifically for the ETC. And maybe we'll take a pause and I'll show you some of those right now. So this is the mock-up of the dice that I've put on order. We're going to get a few hundred of these for 2 purposes. One, we want to have some available to hand out to our opponents while we're playing at the ETC in August. And 2, to sell off to those locally that want to support the ETC cause here in Canada, or otherwise if people want to have them sent to them further afield, although the cost of shipping might be astronomical to do that. But yeah, I'm quite excited about these to have a representation. We're also going to do, beyond that, some other, we're having an artist work on a bit of a logo. I don't have anything to show you here, but to work on a bit of a logo to get a mascot and a badge that we're going to put onto some apparel that we'll also wear. So that's something to watch for. I expect these dice to arrive mid to late January, and then we'll be able to sell them off there. So So pretty excited to get those things in our hands so that we can spread the word and spread the cheer about ETC and raise some dollars for that. One other thing to mention maybe before we go, in case I don't get another vlog in the meantime, is that coming up at the end of February as well, 24th of February, there's a local 9th Age tournament in Edmonton that we're all going to be attending to. And that'll be, as far as it stands right now, I think everyone's in attendance, and we're going to really test our mettle there and have hopefully a whole lot better idea about what armies are going to shape up for us. And then beyond there, in the middle of March on the 17th and 18th, we are actually hosting a team tournament as well to get that feel of the matchup system. So those are the things to look forward to out of the ETC 9th Age Team Canada for the moment. And we'll come back in a few more weeks and give you a new update to tell you what's developed. Okay, good day for now.